You may now begin your presentation.
Today, we are representing Enactus St. Mary's and the action that our team of 80 committed and passionate student leaders have taken over the past year. This action revolves around one major global issue: waste. Hello, everyone. My name is Gabriel Martin.
My name is Jontel Robbie Shalord.
And I'm Olivian Sanderson. Now, it would be easy for us to quote some statistics to tell you why waste is a problem, like the fact that every minute, single-use plastics equivalent to 1 million plastic bottles enter our landfills and oceans. 1 million bottles every minute.
Or that 30% of the food produced in Canada is dumped directly from fields into landfills. Statistics don't change behavior. You'll still choose that perfect-looking apple over the one with one small blemish. You'll still throw away your single-use cutlery after lunch without even thinking about it twice.
Now, what if there were ways to make reducing waste easy and convenient? At Enactus St. Mary's, we are developing innovative solutions to bridge that gap. Today, we will present to you two businesses that are taking action and driving sustainable change.
Let's start with the products we waste every day. When we consume food, utensils, straws, and packaging all end up in landfills after just one use. And these items never break down. They break up into smaller and smaller microplastics that end up in every corner of our world, including the food we eat, our fresh waters, and the stomachs of wildlife.
But unfortunately, wildlife are not alone. Studies suggest that we consume up to 5 grams of microplastics every week. That's the equivalent of 9 plastic water bottles every year. But hey, at least they don't end up in landfills.
These single-use items are comforts we've grown accustomed to in our fast-moving world. However, the restaurant industry produces 11 million tons of plastic waste annually. And if a restaurant owner wants to look for a sustainable alternative, they face high price tags for low-quality products, cutting into already slim profit margins. This market gap is the opportunity we have identified with our first business, PlastArch Packaging.
For the last year and a half, our team has researched the impacts and alternatives to the single-use plastic industry, experimenting with new ideas to redefine the products we use every day. Our journey started in Maddie's kitchen, one of our team members, who researched and prototyped the process for turning food starch into a bioplastic. Originally, we had envisioned a fully compostable alternative to single-use bags. Although, after many experiments, we realized that our formula was better suited for more rigid plastic products, such as utensils, straws, and containers.
With this, we established PlastArch Packaging, a fully compostable bioplastic alternative for the restaurant industry, created using a starch base. We are developing our products in the St. Mary's University Chemistry Department, testing them for quality and durability.
Our products look and feel just like a regular single-use plastic. They are firm with some flexibility and won't get soggy like a paper straw. The main ingredient in our material is potato starch, and the process begins by purchasing food-safe, second-grade potatoes from local farmers. These potatoes are perfectly healthy, but typically go to waste due to the excess in the supply chain. Starch is extracted from the potatoes before being mixed with our proprietary formula to create the bioplastic. Finally, molds are used to shape and cure the products.
Currently, restaurants looking for alternatives to single-use plastic items must choose between paper, wood, and other bioplastic products. But these alternatives come with their own set of problems. Paper isn't waterproof, and wood alternatives aren't durable, making them both ineffective and a pain for customers to use. These options strain natural resources and can cost restaurant owners up to 120% more when compared to single-use plastics.
Let's hear from our first buyer, Osama, the owner of Lakeview Cafe and Eatery. His restaurant is located in a national park, meaning he's required to use zero-waste items in his business.
My name is Osama Nasrallah, and I'm the owner of Lakeview Cafe and Eatery in Kajimakujik National Historic Park. We serve over 70,000 visitors. When it comes to sourcing these utensils, the market is full of products, and that's where it becomes really hard to pick up the best product. When the team at PlastArch came to us about their product, we got very excited. It's really good to be able to use a plastic that's, it's compostable, and that's a really amazing alternative that we haven't been able to find for years now. And that's why we really like this product.
13 businesses have expressed interest in our products, and Osama will pilot our products in his 2 restaurants this summer, providing us with feedback so we can continue refining our MVP before entering the broader market. After looking at competing bioplastics, the unfortunate reality is that in order for a product to be labeled a bioplastic, only 20% of its materials must be compostable. PlastArch is created using 100% compostable materials, providing restaurant owners with a truly sustainable option to choose from. Now that we've established our value proposition, let's take a look at the rest of our business model.
Our early adopters will be eco-conscious restaurant owners. However, we are expecting to gain traction with all restaurants due to the price point we have been able to develop. Our cost to produce a single utensil is 3 cents, allowing us to be priced at $10 for a package of 200 units. On this, we earn a 40% contribution margin and are positioned 40% below competitors, meaning our customers no longer need to make the compromise between affordability, durability, and sustainability. To scale, we will be using contract manufacturing to meet the demand of the Canadian takeaway packaging industry, valued at $2.6 billion. To capitalize on this, we will be using a B2B revenue model, selling through restaurant wholesale suppliers such as Cisco. We are currently in discussions with their merchandising department to create a partnership that would allow our products to be accessible to restaurants across the country.
Our business model was validated earlier this year. PlastArch won first place and $10,000 in seed investment from the Innovation Cup, an 8-week pitch competition, along with nearly $15,000 from RBC, creating jobs for 3 of our members to further develop this business.
Looking forward, our timeline looks like this. Over the next year, we will continue refining our MVP, obtain all necessary certifications, enter the market with our early adopters, and patent our product to protect our intellectual property. In fall 2025, we will begin commercial sales with PlastArch, and in fall 2026, we will begin contract manufacturing, helping us produce PlastArch products in high volumes as we scale across Canada.
So why are we the team that can take PlastArch from an idea that started in a member's kitchen and turn it into a major supplier of bioplastics? Because we've already built and scaled our second business, Square Roots, starting in 2016, addressing waste at the start of the supply chain.
Over 30% of Canada's crops are dumped directly into landfills, skipping the supply chain entirely due to cosmetic imperfections. And every year, farmers lose $4.7 billion in revenue on healthy fruits and vegetables they then have to pay millions of dollars to dispose of.
Although all this food is going to waste, 23% of Canadians are experiencing food insecurity. That's nearly 10 million people. To address these issues, our team created Square Roots, a registered community interest corporation that purchases perfectly healthy but cosmetically imperfect produce from local farms and sells it at a 56% discount at 11 community locations across Nova Scotia.
This year, Square Roots opened 3 new locations and provided communities with over 780,000 servings of nutritious vegetables. We also onboarded 2 new farms to keep up with high demand. And through our program, our farmers generated $64,000 in additional revenue they otherwise would have lost.
This year, the impact of Square Roots was recognized by the government of Nova Scotia. They reached out to us to establish a formal partnership and provided $100,000 to bring Square Roots locations to every county in the province.
Through the Department of Community Culture, Tourism and Heritage, with support from the Department of Community Services, we've invested $100,000 to help Square Roots grow across the province. And we've heard about Square Roots through, the work in schools, the work just across the province in terms of connecting with farmers, with produce, and with communities. And a service like Square Roots is vital to those who are food insecure, those who are not technically food insecure, but of course are looking to save money just across the board. So I think there's a lot of room for Square Roots to grow and serve a valuable need in this province.
Next year, we will triple our impact, opening an additional 20 franchises for a total of 30 locations. To support this growth, we're hiring a manager of expansion and sustainable growth. And from this, Square Roots will provide over 350,000 pounds of vegetables to communities, divert over 240,000 kilograms of greenhouse gas emissions from entering our atmosphere, and generate over $250,000 in revenue. After we've successfully rolled out across Nova Scotia, we'll establish partnerships with similar government departments in New Brunswick and PEI, helping us achieve our goal of being in every single Canadian province and territory.
With Square Roots and PlastArch, our team has proven that we are capable of building and growing successful social enterprises.
Enactus St. Mary's is using innovation to solve global problems. We are doing our part.
80 passionate members dedicating over 10,000 volunteer hours. This year, our businesses generated $337,000 in revenue.
Next year, Square Roots will have diverted over 1 million pounds of produce since its inception.
PlastArch will disrupt the restaurant industry, distributing over 1 million units by 2027.
Yet, since we started this presentation, 12 million water bottles worth of plastic waste have entered our oceans and our landfills.
Statistics don't change behavior. Behavior changes with each individual.
Judges, today you came to listen. We want something different. We want you to take action. Get your produce from the farm. Use compostable cutlery. Stop wasting.
Become part of Enactus St. Mary's, part of our journey to end waste. Become one of our friends.
Because our friends hate waste.
We will now begin the question and answer period. Judges, please raise your hand to indicate you have a question, and a microphone will be brought to you. When asking your question, please stand if you are able.
Such significant revenue numbers. Could you provide a breakdown of the revenue through each of the individual projects that sums up to the 337?
PlastArch generated $95,000 in revenue this year from its operations and also received a $100,000 grant from the province of Nova Scotia. And additionally, PlastArch Packaging received $25,000 in funding.
Just to clarify, the first one was Square Roots. Square Roots generated $95,000 and got the $100,000 grant.
Great presentation, guys. Question for you on PlastArch. Clearly, it's a great idea. What do you guys need to accelerate your roadmap? Proof of concept seems to have been verified. So how can we help accelerate it?
So if anybody in the crowd was looking to help, we would love to connect with local restaurants or anybody else in the food industry. Right now, we're developing our products in the St. Mary's University Chemistry Department. To scale and produce them at a larger quantity, we're looking to partner with contract manufacturers. We've identified CKF Incorporated in Nova Scotia as a potential partner, but if anybody would like to connect us with any restaurants or any manufacturers, we would love to have those conversations with you guys.
As someone who represents 1,200 restaurants coast to coast, I look forward to that conversation. In terms of... Just want to build on that comment from Jerry. As you look to scale, what's your biggest impediment?
So the main thing is going to be making sure that our entire supply chain and the logistics from beginning to end is sustainable. We don't want to be shipping produce, or specifically potatoes, super long distances to multiple different manufacturing facilities. So trying to find partners that are local, as close to the farm as possible for the extraction of the starch and then the manufacturing of the specific products will be key to make sure we're minimizing any transportation emissions.
One quick clarification and a question. So for your revenue, just to be clear, you put grants and stuff in it as well, included in that revenue number? Amazing. Second question, Square Roots has been around for 8 years. What, as a team, made you decide to keep it internally versus transitioning it out?
So we decided to keep it internally just because it's been around for a long time and there's so many valuable lessons that our team learns from running Square Roots. This is a large social enterprise that has been running for 8 years. It's diverted nearly 1 million pounds of produce. This year alone, we provided $64,000 to farmers. These are skills that our team members get to learn from running these projects. For example, the members that started PlastArch this year all had experience in Square Roots. So it gives them confidence to learn entrepreneurship. It provides them with the soft skills and hard skills to be a business owner, to run a business, and to be able to do cool things in the future. So that's why we chose to keep it internal.
Great presentation. Just a quick question. Why did you feel the need to price yourself below plastic or paper and wood?
So we are pricing ourselves below paper and wood because they aren't after talking to our restaurants, they aren't an affordable alternative to replace single-use plastics. So a key need for our eco-conscious restaurants is to have an affordable and sustainable alternative, which is what we provide.
What happens to the rest of the potato once you take the starch out?
So currently what we have been doing is donating them to local community gardens. They're using them as compost. And then as we scale up, we're hoping to partner back with the farmers that we've purchased the potatoes from so that they can do that on a larger scale as well.
I guess fast. Congratulations on Square Roots. Have you ever thought about a scaled partner? Retailers are under huge pressure right now for food prices, et cetera, and it feels like a Square Roots section could be brilliant.
We would absolutely love to make those partnerships. Right now, we're so excited about our partnership with the province of Nova Scotia. We're hoping that we can build off of that and partner with the similar provincial government agencies in our surrounding areas. But we'd love to explore private sector partnerships as well, not just with the government. So absolutely.
Square Roots was started in 2016, and on the back you talk about this year versus last year, but can you guys talk about last year Square Roots and what you did beyond just a continuation of the previous years?
Yeah, absolutely. So this year specifically, we opened the 3 new locations. We provided 130,000 servings of vegetables to communities, which is a total savings of
Your
200.
time has expired. Judges and guests, please help me in thanking the team from St. Mary's University. Judges, we ask that you please stay in your seats as the next team's presentation will begin momentarily.